Hello friends, and not yet friends, welcome to my version of Vegan Tetrazzini here on Mary's Test Kitchen. Thanks to Sandy Lee who requested this recipe on my Vegan General Tso's chicken video, we have this creamy pasta casserole with high-protein vegan chicken, plump mushrooms, and rich sauce covered in vegan cheese and baked to bubbly perfection. It's not only delicious, but packed with gut-friendly fiber and a great source of plant-based iron. So please, everyone thank Sandy Lee in the comments and give this video a big thumbs up. And start by preheating your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then we're gonna prep all our ingredients together. First, a savory cashew sauce. It doesn't have to be cashews though. If you have other nuts on hand you want to use, feel free. And if you're nut free, go ahead and use hemp hearts, or even make this even easier by using store-bought vegan heavy cream, because they make that nowadays. For our vegan chicken, I'm using my favorite Soy Curls. I'm just going to rehydrate them in hot water and set them aside. Then, to squeeze in some of the delicious summer harvest of zucchini, I'm going to spiralize this and make lovely zucchini noodles. Of course, this is optional and you could instead take this time to cook up some of your favorite pasta noodle. There are pros and cons to both, but to make sure my zucchini noodles don't turn out soggy, I'm going to lay them out on this non-stick baking sheet. Then bake them for about 15 to 20 minutes. The oven isn't fully preheated yet, but it should still be fine. In the meantime, I'm also going to rinse and drain these shirataki noodles. They are a great low-carb pasta alternative. Again, super optional, your regular pasta works just fine in this recipe. But since I have to stick to low-carb options to avoid my chronic tendinitis flare-ups, this is my move, personally. Now, time to prep the rest of our fresh ingredients. Now that that's done, I'm going to blend these cashews into a wonderful sauce. Our soy curls have rehydrated and they look very chickeny, but they don't taste like anything. Plus, there's all this murkiness because of all the dry, crumbly soy curl dust. So I'm going to drain and rinse them a couple of times, and then I'm going to squeeze out all the excess water off camera. And you can see, be gentle so they don't break, but try to get as much water from them as you can. And look at these lovely, rehydrated, but not soggy soy curls. Lastly, my zucchini noodles have let go of a lot of their water, so they're not going to be soggy when we put this in our bake. Now we're ready to cook. Over medium heat, add some olive oil to a large nonstick pan. When it's hot, sprinkle some salt. Then add a layer of mushrooms and a little more salt. They will soften and get brown, and that salt will not only season the mushrooms, but also help to draw out the water. And as these mushrooms shrink, we can move them over and add more. As you go, if they're looking a bit too dry, you can add a splash or two of water to keep it going. Or add more olive oil if you like. Vegan butter would also taste good. You might even try the boiling mushroom method that Mark from Sauce Stash shared the other week. I was going to, but then I chickened out last minute. Let me know if you tried it. When there's room, we can add the soy curls. Now all I want to do is make sure they are dry and maybe get the slightest golden color on them. Here, I'm trying to show you the goldenness, but the color on camera isn't really picking up the same as in real life. So I gave up. Just trust me, okay? Everything on screen is like in real life, it's more golden. It's just this blue light coming in. Anyways, we're gonna need a little more oil. It takes about 5 to 7 minutes to get these nice and tender and lightly golden. Time to add garlic. Just saute about a minute so it's fragrant, and then we can toss everything together. This is the time to taste and adjust. We haven't actually seasoned the soy curls much yet, so we're going to need salt and nutritional yeast. I can't tell you how much. Nutritional yeast is the kind of thing you measure with your heart. And also, feel free to add some onion powder, garlic powder, pepper. I swear I added those, but then I must have not pressed the record button. Guys, I'm a little rusty right now. Forgive me. Just make sure that you taste as you go, because this is your vegan tetrazzini and there are no rules. Except, there's not enough room in this pan for the next step, so put it aside for now. With your pan empty, add a big glug of extra virgin olive oil, or vegan butter, up to you. Keeping the heat to medium or medium-low, add a couple tablespoons of lupin flour, or regular all-purpose if that's what you prefer. What's interesting about lupin flour is that it comes from a bean, the lupin or lupini bean. It has lots of fiber, it has a lot of protein, but very little carbohydrates. So it's good for someone like me with sensitivities that are easily triggered by higher carb foods like regular wheat flour, or if you're wheat-free for another reason. But lupin flour is amazing. It makes a roux very similar to the traditional style. Anyways, time to add our cashew sauce. And water to thin it out. We want a sauce that is quite a bit thinner than the final version because the soy curls are going to soak up some of it, and during the baking process, it will get thicker. Now we can add everything back in. Mix it really well and taste and adjust one last time. If your sauce is looking too thick, you might want to add a little more vegan vegetable broth or vegan chicken style broth. I didn't feel like I needed to, but like a tiny touch more wouldn't have hurt. Now, as you're tasting and adjusting, you might want to just stop here because this is a fantastic stovetop pasta dish. There is no need to bake it. But if you do want a cheesy topping and the cozy vibes from a casserole, put it in your casserole dish. Then top it with some vegan cheese shreds. I'm using a mix of vegan mozzarella and cheddar today, just for a little color. But I think the original dish is mostly just mozzarella, and maybe you could put Parmesan if you want, so whatever you have at home that you want to use, go for it. And bake it for 30 minutes. Finally, we have a beautiful, bubbling vegan chicken tetrazzini. I know it's tempting to dig in right away because it's going to smell so good, but wait, it's way better if you let it rest for at least 15 to 20 minutes. That way, firstly, you don't burn your face. Also, something lovely happens to the flavors. Trust me, it's just much better to wait. Finally, I actually use kitchen scissors to cut the noodles so it's easier to serve. Anyways, that's it, my friends. Thank you for enjoying this vegan chicken tetrazzini with me. Please give this recipe a like if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Plus, if you have any requests, please keep them coming with the hashtag recipe request, all one word, no spaces, so I can find them easily. And if you're waiting for that soy-free tofu I teased last week, well, it's coming. I'm editing that next. Bye for now.